Orun Bobo Orisha for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm Ayansa JT Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekule. First, I would like to say thank you to your Ori, your ancestors, and your spirit guides for leading you here tonight. It is 12 minutes past your 9 o'clock hour, and thus time for your nightly mystic forecast. I am Mayanza J. Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, and the sole creator of 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio, bringing you the mystics, the music, and the mojo. Speaking of music, that was music from Bobby Brown. I Want to Rock With You. Oh, don't be scared of the groove, honey. This is your Thursdaily Ruled Shango Venerated Thursday, right? And there was also music from Freddie Jackson with Could Use a Little Love Right Now. How many of you does that apply to? You don't have to be scared of it, honey. Love is in need and love today, and I'm here to spread it. Spread it like Oya's whirlwind. Spread the love, spread the wisdom, and everything else in between. It is Thursday, day 4 of the week, the prelude to the weekend, and all day long we've been honoring the divine masculine with the old school funky fiery brothers of song. I'm talking Prince, Sly and the Family Stone, Bootsy Collins, Michael Jackson, the P-Funk, and all the rest of them. Just because we keeping it teaching and wisdom over here does not mean the mothership does not get groovy. In many traditions of Ifa Orisha tradition and lineage, Thursday is the day that venerates the Orisha Sango. So, that's the red, that's the fieriness, that's the heat that expands like the planet Jupiter for your Thor's daily energy. I am broadcasting live from my YouTube channel, so if you aren't, go ahead on and follow me there so that you can be notified of every time your nightly mystic forecast comes up, other upcoming shows on 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio, to check out the videos of my mystic diaries and stories of my life and times as a diviner, and of course, poetry. And oh my God, I can't wait to start dropping these bars on you. And if you want to smell what I'm cooking poetry-wise, tune in Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Rhyme the Underground Gospel, the Iyansa J. Muse Poetry Hour. Yeah, that's that 1 hour that I take just for me. Why? We all got to have that me space. And that's kind of where the energy of Shango comes into play, because Shango is fire, and fire transforms. Anything Shango engulfs is going to reduce to ash, and that ash is fertilizer when you put that on the soil and turn it over. So, connecting the actual spiritual science of fire to the spiritual essence of Shango, he comes to transform, honey, and that's why he is Oya's favorite wife. Ibashe Ojo Bo. That's the day of expansion, which perfectly aligns with Jupiter being Thursday's ruling day. So, how did Shango transform some things in your life? What needs to be burned down and turned over so new things can be rebuilt? You got 2 hours and 45 minutes to chew on that before the clock strikes 12, and we're back under Venus for another God-given Friday. I am Mayanza J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. Thursday's Reds Jupiter expansion. I Ching's. Sensual voices of the fathers. Sacral chakra healing. Ibashe Shango. Ibashe Dada, Ibashe Aganju. Welcome to Thursdays on the Mothership 222.9. Beam up. And we're back. In case you're just now joining us, I am Mayanja J. Muse, bringing you your nightly mystic forecast. I'm also broadcasting from the 222.9 The Mothership Facebook page, my Ionza J. Muse Facebook page, and my Thor's Daily Spaces, I Chings and Scarlet Serenes on both Facebook and Instagram Live. So, I'm seeing some notifications about I can get stars now, but I'm already up here in the quasars. But those of you that are loving this and enjoying this, please send a sister some stars to keep this thing on the air. Ashe, 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 oh. So, what's so special about this particular Thursday that came? Before the break, I recapped just what Thursday in general is all about, how it connects to Shango, and how biblically it is the fourth day of the week. We're coming down off of the climax and headed into the weekend. So, I titled tonight's show Sango Oya do their takeaway dance, right? Because your daily numerology is Oya's digit on Shango's day. And Oya's digit is the number 9, the number of finality, the one that challenges your intuition, the number that inverts the 6. It's funny. So Shango's number is 6, Oya's number is 9. Flip that, you get the symbol of Cancer season and the 69. Oops. Whew. No wonder Oya is Shango's favorite wife. So, it is the fourth Thursday of crab season and summer solstice. So, everybody make sure that you show all the Cancerian people in your life some extra love. And y'all got 11 days left to turn up before it's Leo season, and I am about to blow the gate, honey. Summer solstice, that's when it gets hot. So, this is the time to detox, release, get all of that out. That's why it gets so hot, so you can sweat and purge and detox. And you don't just have to do that physically, because I know down here in the deep South USA, this heat is no joke, honey. I stay in a place where during winter solstice, you got to hang your overcoat next to the sundress, because that's how much the sun does not play down here. The moon tonight is waning, waning in the house of Gemini. Gemini represents duality, right? Right. So with them doing the takeaway dance and the moon is waning in a house of duality, that's some issue in there. But on second thought, issues involved in everything. It's a double moon energy, and a Mercury and Jupiter are at play tonight. So this deals with energies of emotion, emotion pertaining to communication, and expansion. So heat expands, right? And Shango's essence represents fire, right? So if you're dealing with anything uncomfortable in your life right now, that's just the spirit world putting the heat under your ass so the smoke can rise. And when the smoke rises, it clears. And when it clears, you can transform things. So if some things are going up in smoke in your life, give thanks to Shango and turn that ash over and see what happens next. I guarantee you, it's going to be good. I'm Ionza J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. And when I come back, we're going to talk more about what's going on in the quasars. Ashe. Thursday, prelude to the weekend. More relaxed energies creep in. Higher expanding thoughts by Jupiter's hand. Double-sided acts just relax the taxing last 3 days. Day 4 maximizes love today. Your own way as the energies sway, making way for the risen vibrations from yesterday. Pay tomorrow for many. Make a wish, toss a penny for plentiful blessings. To return expanded like fire. Thursday, prelude to the weekend. And Ionza J. Muse, short poem. And we're back. So in case you're just now joining us, I am Ionza J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. And it's for this Thursday, July 13th, 2023. And if you were born on this day, happy solar return. May Olodumare, Ifa, the Orisha, and your Eguns bless you with many, many more, filled with Bobo Ire. And Bobo Ire means many blessings. So if you were born on today, you are a clear thinker. You make decisions quickly and act impulsively. Uh-oh. You are energetic and aggressive, an omnivorous reader. You are ambitious for intellectual betterment, and you like to travel and will do a lot of it. You are demonstrative and constant with your love. So, everybody out there, if you got anyone in your life that was born July 13th, you have a blessing on your hands. Take care of it. Give all the people that were born during this moon season, Zodiac House 4 season, a little extra love. Because you know when your turn up season comes, you don't want people hating. So, give the love to receive it. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh. We are in the third decan of crab season. So, if you were born between July 13th and the 20th, you are actually half Pisces, which means that you are half ruled by the moon and the other half is in Neptune. So, you're more dreamier than the average crab. So, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're wondering why that is, that's why. And those of you that don't know, I'm a very well seasoned astrologer. So, if you want to learn more about practical application of how to use your astrology chart, I'm going to put a link in the description box after the I Ching reading tonight. You can pick an apple off that link tree and take a bite. I have art, I have readings, I have books, I got the goods, baby, the mojo, the real stuff, the stuff that make your soul change. Yeah, that's right. I am a daughter of Oya, so I'm just here stirring up the wind. Ashe. In the Kemetic way of the stars, we are in the season of Anubis, and this is the last day of Anubis season in the Kemetic way of the stars before we shift into the season of Bast. Meow. In the African way of the stars, the 12 figures of spirituality, we are in the season of the witch and the judge from July 5th until August 4th. So we in hot water when it comes to the 12 figures of African spirituality, because in this zodiac system, you are actually a fire sign whose most sensitive sense is the sense of touch. We are currently 3 planets into retrograde and headed into a fourth. So the first planet this year, well, out of the four that's in my hand now, out of the four, the first planet to go into retrograde was Pluto. So make sure you give the Scorpios in your life a break. We went in May 1st in Aquarius. We'll be coming out on October 11th. This is a subtle retrograde because Pluto is the furthest from the sun. It's the higher octave of Mars, and it still represents Ogun energy. But I like to call Pluto Ogun Onire energy because it's the most subtle of retrogrades. It's about the inner drive. Mars deals more with the outward drive. Pluto deals more with the regenerative drive, and that's the inner drive. So embrace your inner transformations. Close old chapters and old relationships. Let the new you emerge. Whoever you are when ain't nobody looking should be the person on the surface as long as that person is not a conduit for an ajogun. Ashe. And those of you that don't know what an ajogun means, benevolent force, demon, somewhere all in that. So when we hide from ourselves, we murky up our own waters. And then when you got murky waters, spiritually, that's where stuff starts growing in there. But we'll talk about that later. The second planet to go into retrograde was Capricorn. So, those of you who are Capricorns or Aquariuses, be patient with yourself during this time because this retrograde energy is going to hit you the hardest if Capricorn or Aquarius is your sun or your moon. Okay? And those of you that are close to Aquarians and Capricornians, this is the time to give them a little more room to breathe because their planet is moving backwards. So that's gonna, shift some things around for them. Saturn is the trickster planet that represents karma, discipline, power, and carnal essence. We went in on June 17th and we'll be coming out on October 4th once again in the house of Pisces. Boy, this last house is really not catching a break right about now. But we're shifting from the Piscean age into the Aquarian Aquarian age. So it feels like in our generation, we're the ones responsible for like building the bridge between believing and knowing. Because in being spiritually aligned, there are many things that there are no scientific proof of. That's what we call it, a war, a secret. And when it's able to be fathomed by anything researchable, it's no longer our war. And God is always, always, always a mystery. While Saturn is in retrograde, let's take a look at our priorities. Make sure our priorities are in check. And for those of us on the road less traveled, is spirit or God first, mission second, family, everything else behind those things in that order. So if materialism is priority one, things may come about to help you rearrange that. When ego is priority number one, Eshu might show you some things to rearrange that during this time. So keep your deeper priorities in check. Check those inner crossroads and remember the rewards for self-mastery and self-discipline. Ashe. The third planet that is in retrograde is Neptune. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, and we went into that retrograde on Thursday, June 30th, and we'll be coming out on December 6th. So there is nothing but threes, threes, and threes all the way in this day. And Neptune is in its strongest house, Pisces, and Neptune is the planet that rules Pisces. So all the Pisces people in your life, give them a break, okay? Be mindful of delusionism. Stay grounded to avoid escapism. Avoid being disconnected. Reassess your dreams to make them a reality. So what I'm getting from this is you have to decide what is a delusion and what is a reality. And what we're working on manifesting is delusion when we're not active in working towards it. So as long as you're staying grounded and taking consistent action in your manifestations, then it becomes living your dream. But waiting on it to manifest while taking no action towards it makes your dream a delusion. Avoid your vices and embrace all confusions. Yes, you heard me correctly. Embrace your confusion. Why? Because confusion is an opportunity to grow. The fourth planet we have headed into retrograde is the planet of Venus. We're going in on the 23rd, 2 days in the Leo season, and coming out on September 4th. And Venus is going in retrograde in the house of Leo. So during this short retrograde period of time, it's not a good time to start new relationships. No weddings, no marriage plans, no cosmetic surgeries, or new tattoos. So anything beauty pertaining, be easy with that if it's something major. This is not the time to spend on frivolous things, and be prepared for Groundhog Day in your love life because your exes are going to start dropping out the woodworks. Lessons from past relationships are to be learned when these exes come back so that you can propel forward, whether you get back with the ex or not. So what I'm saying is just because your ex may come back to you, that doesn't mean that you're meant to be together. But if it is, make sure that both of you have learned the lessons of the past so that you can move forward as better people to yourselves and each other. Ooh, that sounded like Jerry Springer. I'm Ayanza J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. When I come back, we're going to get to your nightly I Ching reading. Ashe. I Ching readings, like many forms of divination, are just like peach cobbler. You may have tried other people's, but you've never had mine. Trigrams, hexagrams, revelations, pros, cons, changes, ancient Chinese oracle. I Ching readings by Ayanza J.T. Muse. Brought to you by the Mothership Mystic Boutique. If you're hearing this over Mothership airwaves, then visit the 222.9 The Mothership's Facebook page for links to book your appointment. If you're seeing this online, then click the link in the comments section to schedule your appointment. Ashe. All this spiritual stuff. You need somebody to just make it plain. Are you trying to divinely align? Are you a starseed? Are you too busy building the kingdom, building the queendom to come for all the madness going on in the world today? Methods of emotional healing. Are you taking your first steps down your spiritual path? Want a more practical understanding of the Orisha? Do animals seem to communicate with you? Do you need to sort out some things about love? Do you see numbers? Spiritual signs? Need somebody to just make it plain? Does your love for esoteric wisdom coin you a student of life? Do you like wisdom in poetic bars? Are you ready to debunk the spookism behind ancestor veneration? Want to learn how to make medicine? Want to learn about different tools of divination? Tantric spiritual sex secrets? Ways to utilize each and every moon? Do you walk the road less traveled? Are you considered strange by society? Are you discovering your spiritual gifts? Do you want to taste the power of words through incantation? Do you want to get into some unorthodox Bible teachings? Do you dream often? Do you long to explore the secrets of the earth's endless mysteries? Do you study the stars? Do you need tips on building good character? Do you want to know more about how to interpret dreams? Do you love some good literature? Need somebody to just make it plain? Then indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. The art of spirituality in Iyansa J. Muse's Orbit. Iyansa J. Muse's Orbit is a monthly subscription service that features free and exclusive content dedicated to your versatile, well-rounded, deeper understanding of spirituality. It comes from all angles, teaches all kinds of lessons, and it cooks like a gumbo, a whole bunch of different spiritual ingredients and one spiritually flavorful soup. And let that soup feed your soul and enhance your highest spiritual life. It even features an opportunity to have a one-on-one counseling session with yours truly. So don't get left behind. Get beamed up to the orbit. All proceeds go to 222.9 The Mothership Mystic Internet Radio. Sign up for the 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio email list to stay in the exclusive loop of what's going on in the orbit. Ashe. In Iyansa J. Muse's Orbit. High-level spiritual wisdom. Fully flavored with no holds barred. And we're back. So in case you're just now joining us, I am Iyansa J. Muse, giving you your nightly mystic forecast. And it's time for your nightly divination. Now notice there's no tarot deck here tonight. Those of you that are watching from my YouTube and Facebooks, those of you that are listening over the mothership's airwaves are hearing the sounds of Carlos Santana. Well, you get to just visualize this reading. And those of you who are watching me backstage on my Instagram are just looking at me in some pretty red glasses with a feather. So, tonight's I Ching reading, the Oracle of Gentle Changes, brought us two hexagrams from hexagrams 52 and 56, in which lines 3 and 4 change to form. So starting with hexagram 152, it speaks of stillness. And I feel that correlation with tonight's energy because when Sango and Oya move, there's normally a storm, a tornado, a means that requires you to sit still from your day-to-day activities. It also makes me think of the lyric of the gospel song, Order My Steps, when the lyric says, while you are working, help me be still. Be still in the space that you're in, because stillness is inner work. Like allowing your body and your spirit to be like a computer installing updates. Stillness is in the physical. So when you still yourself in the physical, spiritually you are in movement. And on the 3D plane, things can get really, really busy to where you don't have time to listen to yourself or to listen to the voice of the divine. So hexagram 52 is calling us to be still, meditative, Especially when you are in a space where you can't make much movement, that's the universe forcing you to be still and move from the inside. This is why meditation requires stillness. Because when you're still and sometimes quiet, the spirit can speak to you and you can better align your path. So, stillness is not necessarily stagnance, or is it procrastination? Stillness is being still long enough to allow the Most High in the universe to make its inner changes that will lead you to your highest destiny. Now, in this hexagram 52, line 1 changed and line 4 changed. But the representation of line 1 is don't be deceived by the the external fast pace. You know, all these millions and millions of videos being cranked every day and everyone's getting up in such a rush, such a rush, such a rush. Don't be deceived by that because many of us are going nowhere fast. Many of us are in such a hurry because we're following everybody else's speed and don't even know why we're running so fast. That's something to think about. So don't be deceived by the external fast pace because that's designed to distract you. Be inspired to slow down so you can get the details out of each and every moment of your life. Recover your natural rhythm and stillness because when you're following everyone else's pace, you don't know what yours is. So sometimes you are in stillness so that you can recover your natural rhythm, so you respond to life's stimuli instead of reacting. Line 4 in this hexagram also changed, and those were the only 2 lines to change in this I Ching reading. So here you see line 4 changed. So with the changing of line 4, know that there's nowhere else you need to be right now. So if you're scrolling on social media, looking at other people's events and looking at other people's lives, I need to be here, I need to be there, I need to, no. I'm not saying not to have a social life at all. But hey, some people like hermit life. I digress. That's another day's conversation. But there's nowhere you need to be right now if the universe is calling you to be still. The doors will open for anywhere that is absolutely necessary for you to be there. Especially with all these planets in retrograde right now, stillness is actually a very, very good thing. The universe may be holding you still to help you discover your inner power. And when you discover your inner power, that's how you better navigate the universe. When you better understand your inner universe, you can better navigate throughout the outer universe. And that's when you stop making life harder than it has to be. Ashe? With those changing lines, hexagram 52 went 4 doors down to hexagram 56, traveling. Isn't that something? First, we meditate on stillness. The second hexagram says traveling. But does it? Because traveling isn't necessarily a physical thing. Sometimes you have to be nomadic and travel from within. Other times, the meaning of this hexagram means as you go through life, traveling, nomadic, never let any of your surroundings have a permanent effect on you. Treat every experience you see on the journey of life like food. You eat it, you take the nutrients you need from it, and your bowels move and you extract the rest. Or excrete the rest, should I say. In doing that, in terms of traveling, that means the travel through life. That's what this represents. Represents the travel through life. And as you travel through life, hand in hand with your stillness, it's like these 2 I Chings are saying, create a balance between your stillness and your travel. Because when you spend enough time in stillness, you naturally travel only in places that are aligned with your highest journey. And all the destinations on the way are the bricks that pave the road. If you would like a personal Ichi reading, I have placed the link in the chat section, and I'll actually be available for spiritually counsel sessions once this forecast is complete. I am Mayantha J. Muse. This is your nightly mystic forecast, and when I return, we are going to talk about tomorrow's forecast. Now that we've recapped Thursday, it's time to take a look at the energies of what's to come on your Venus ruled, Oshun venerated Friday, right here on 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up. Oh, yes. It's about that time. When the hour is good and late, when solitude may not be such a good thing, it's time to go deeper inside the many visions of what love looks like. The most powerful force of it all, love. The spark that makes life worth living. Love. That thing we all want and need. Love. One potent drop will send you to your knees. Love. We try to make rules where there aren't any. Love. I could go on and on forever, like we want our love to last. Love. It takes all and quarantines nothing. Love. So addictive in its many forms. Love. High, low, above, over, under the norm. Oh, don't be shy, 'cause somewhere down the line, we're all about that life. So join me on weeknights at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time for a love-filled, lovely musical wind down, a deeper look inside what love looks like. Slow jams, blue lights in the basement kind of love, the kind that creates generations. Only on your mystic musical haven on the airwaves, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up. And we're back. So in case you're just now joining us, I'm Mayantha J. Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves and the sole creator of 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio, and this is your forecast. So, Friday, let's talk about that. The 14th of July, 2023, the day will vibrate on a new beginning. 1. That nice erect one stuck right in the divine feminine of Venus and the higher octave of Neptune. This is a good time for a new beginning. And I titled today's show, the Friday show, 4 sevens. Sevens from all 4 points, because it's a lot of 7 energy in tomorrow's date. You got 7 for July. You have 14, 7 by 2 for the day. And then the numbers 2023 add up to another 7. So you got 4 sevens lined up. So tomorrow is a very, very, very good day to put prayers into the universe, whether you do it through meditation, manifestation, Bible, candle ceremony, ritual, whatever you do to keep your connection with the highest divine God. You got 7s on all 4 points. And 4 sevens is very, very powerful, because the foundation of the earth is on 4s. North, south, east, west, summer, autumn, winter, spring, dawn, noon, dusk, midnight. So we moving on 4s all the time. So we got 4 sevens lined up tomorrow on Oshun's venerated day. So make sure you do something with that energy tomorrow. Oh, and here's another 4, the 4th Friday of crab season, right? So all of you Zodiac House 4 people, get your turn up on, because tomorrow is the last Friday of Cancer season. After that, The moon shifts into the sun, and it's the season of Zodiac House 5. And guess what sign your girl is? Yes, I'm one of the cats. Meow. House 5, stand up. Today begins love from all four directions, Friday's energy wheel. So allow yourself to really set those new beginnings on tonight. As you use this waning moon energy in Gemini, get rid of some things that may be blocking your love so that it'll be open to come from all four directions and a divine way of completion. Now, 7 is also the number in Ifa Orisha tradition that is sacred to both Ogun and Yemaja. So that's birth, action, and love all in the same ball of cosmic wax coming up in 2 hours and some change. The moon Friday is still waning in the house of Gemini. So we're dealing with dualities with these all four sevens, right? Right. So from all four elements of yourself, allow yourself to address those dualities, the balances, the egos, the ugly things, the hang-ups, all that stuff that's keeping that good stuff from coming into your life. Now's a good time to make your peace with that, because tomorrow the portals are going to be wide open, sevens on all four directions. Trust positive outcomes more than you trust past trauma, all the way across the board. Also, want to announce that tomorrow night on 222.9 The Mothership, join me at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time for a special edition of the Cosmic Ear Hustle, where we're going to be on the video live, just like we're looking at right now, with none other than Oluwo IFALADE and Priestess HANEERA, as we talk about the divine feminine and why it is important to preserve it. And this video is a promotion for the Divine Feminine Festival held in Houston, Texas at the Shrine of the Black Madonna Culture Center. So if you are in the Houston area, make sure that you grab all those lovely divine feminine women in your life and head on out to the shrine for the second annual Divine Feminine Festival. And tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m., join us right here. It will be Baba Ifalade, Priestess HANEERA, and yours truly, talking about the divine feminine and why it should be preserved. Ashe, Ashe. Be there or be square. I'm Ayanza J. Muse. This is your nightly mystic forecast, and here is a taste of the Friday groove you got coming up on the mothership tomorrow. So those of you that are watching on the videos, this is just 1 hour. If you want the 24/7 groove, you're going to have to beam up and don't touch that dial like you would any other radio station. This is 222.9 The Mothership, Mystic Internet Radio for the road less traveled. Ashe. Yellows, golds, Venus, Ibashe Oshun, love, sensuality, voices of the mothers. Welcome to Fridays on the Mothership. 222.9. Beam up. Did you enjoy what you found within I Chings and Scarlet Serenes? Then you'll love it when we sweeten it up a bit with some honey, love, and war paint. Your Friday blog about love at www.poeticallymused.org/sweet sacred honey gourd. That's POETICALLYMUSED.org/SWEETHoneyGourd. Why don't you meet me there tomorrow? Ashe. And we're back. I'd like to thank you very much for joining me for tonight's forecast. If you enjoyed it, then please consider becoming a supporting member of 222.9 The Mothership. Visit my pin site or the link tree that I posted in the comments to get yourself some artwork, some readings. Check out the whole experience of the Iyansa J Muse orbit. Well, it's time for me to beam back up to the mothership and cook up some more mojo. Stay tuned for the 12 or 10 o'clock because it's 2 hours of slow jams, divine father style, and my vision of what love looks like. Then, when the clock strikes 12, we go into solar plexus sleep meditation, followed by the rising Bimbe to Oshun at 7 a.m. Then, after that, it's the divine feminine melodies of song just to keep you planetarily aligned and in a cosmic funky groove. Remember now, the sky is big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of the great elder George Clinton, free your mind and your ass will follow. I'm Mayanta J. Muse, and this has been your nightly mystic forecast. Love, light, and blessings be with you. Thank you and good night. Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up.